Today on In the Wood Yard, we've got a splitter, we've got wood, we've got a tractor. It's time to make little pieces of wood. We're gonna do some smallerization. So this white oak right here, is most of it came from Jason, from Logger Jason. And this is all the smaller stuff here that's been cut up. And then back over there is the bigger stuff, and that's mostly red oak. There's some white oak there too. And then we've got some ash and there's some beech. I'll walk you around and show you the piles that are here that we need to get done. But I got a couple hours, so I thought, well, I might as well attack this pile here and shrink it down a little bit. So I got the tractor with the bucket on it. Now I'm going to dump this into the white oak bin back over there. So that's what's going to happen. I'll show you what we got. So here's the 17 RS WOLFE RIDGE splitter. RS is rapid split or really speedy or something like that, resplitter. I'm going to be processing the wood right into the bucket. And as you can see here, there's mostly white oak right here. And then there's a bunch of red oak, and there's some big ones and little ones, but those are all some massive ones. And those we're going to resplit onto the 17 VS that's right over there, because this is big stuff here. It's got the log lift, so that's why we're going to use that. And then beyond that, there's a bunch of ash, and big and little. There's some white oak over there that needs to be cut up yet. We got some tree service wood here, the ash and soft maple needs to be cut up. And then way over on the other side, there's some more logs. And then way over on the other side, I'll walk over there and show you what's happening. You can see here, these are some pretty big ones here. You can see by my foot on there, some pretty good size rounds here. So those we're gonna run on the vertical. A lot of small stuff in here, different sizes. And then over here, just keeps going. There's a bunch of beech. And then we got some big bad boys like these here that got to be cut up yet, that we got from Jason. And it goes all the way around over here. So all this tree service stuff we want to get done and get this cleaned up, because we've been accumulating it. We haven't worked on it too much. And we got all this stuff here, and got another load coming in hopefully in a couple days. Got ash to do and some oak, and there's white oak over there. And all this stuff here I want to kind of work on. So I do want to keep the white oak separate from the red oak, because I get people that smoke meat and they want the white oak. And then the ash and the beech and the soft maple, that'll go into the mixed hardwood pile. So we're going to fire this baby up and make some small pieces of wood right now. Here, basically we cut it the whole way. It didn't split, it was cutting the whole way. A lot of this is knotty stuff. That's more like splitting instead of just cutting. fast. I like this bigger work surface area, and I might even have Bob send me another one of these, so we put one on both sides, or we'll put 2 of these on. It's nice to be closer like this is, but I like the bigger area so you can set your chunks to the side and not have to pick them up off the ground. I don't want to have to pick them up twice. I like a one-time lift. Here's another one of those 12 inchers. That's a beautiful sized piece of wood. All right, let's go do a dump. Oh, it's quite a load in there, I can feel it. All right, I got to kind of come in from a weird angle here. This is where it'd be nice to have a skid steer. Keith dumped a load in here before, and when he dumped it in, he had the skid steer. He was able to scoot a little bit. there, the 17 RS did its first job really. I mean, we played with it a little bit. I only did 2 buckets, so maybe a third of a cord, face cord, something like that. Now that I kind of know how it works, I'm getting kind of used to it. I really like the auto cycle. That is so nice when you're by yourself. If you're a one man, woman, child, person operation, this is awesome because you're able to work while the machine is working instead of you having to work the machine the whole time. Now, I think on tomorrow's video, it's supposed to rain tomorrow, but we'll see what happens. But on tomorrow's video, I'm going to run this for a while, maybe do like 10 rounds. I'm going to find 10 rounds that are similar size. I'm going to park the Easton Made Ultra right next to it. And I'm going to do a comparison and show you the differences between these two machines because they're basically kind of like the entry-level pro machines, kind of the starting point. But I like them because they're easy to operate and they're fast and you can move them around. For me, this works great. Now, when I talked to Bob, he said, you know, look, what machine would you like to use? I said, whatever you got that's fast. I said, speed is everything. I said, I don't need power. I said, it's plenty powerful. I can take the wing off of this and do a single wedge and run some big nasties like this kind of stuff through it and make decent wood out of that. Whereas if you get a big powerful machine, you can run stuff like this. Yeah, you can do it. The machine's chattering and bouncing and it's getting jammed and you're fighting it and the big huge rounds like that stuff there, you split it and then it falls in half and then it falls on the ground and you got to fight it. And that's not really what I want to do. I want it to go as quick as possible. So this big stuff, I normally would rip it down. But now that we've got that 17 VS there, we're going to be able to take this big stuff, use the log lift, and break this stuff down. So that'll be pretty cool. So I think tomorrow we're going to do a side-by-side comparison, tell you my honest opinion between the two. There's things I like about the Ultra, and there's things I like about the WOLFE RIDGE. There is things that I don't like about both of them. Minor things, but we'll talk about it on tomorrow's video. You're going to come back tomorrow morning, 5:30 a.m. I'll be here working. You better be here because I'm going to be here waiting for you. See you in the morning. Good night, Irene.